Now that we got that out the way, I know you saw the title. I know you saw the thumbnail. No need to waste any time. Let's get right into it. Captain J-Rod asks, so are Uber Eats orders typically larger than DoorDash orders pay-wise? Every Uber Eats seems to be a huge pay. I only use DoorDash. So in a nutshell, I'll say yes, Uber Eats orders typically have larger payouts. The reason why I feel is because I feel like the base pay with Uber Eats is a lot more dynamic. It goes up a lot more quickly. It turns a lot of those low tips and no tip offers into reasonable offers a lot quicker than DoorDash does. I don't think I've seen a DoorDash order go up more than $10 in base pay, where I see daily Uber Eats orders with a base pay of $20 or more. So is the way their base pay works is it's a lot more dynamic. It will increase a lot quicker than DoorDash. So yes, Uber Eats orders do pay more. I do also feel like the Uber Eats customers are better. I get a lot less bad ratings on Uber Eats. I've had 0 violations on Uber Eats and 3,000 deliveries. I get bad ratings that get recalled on DoorDash all the time. I've collected over a handful of contract violations. Well, most of my contract violations are late to the pickup, but I have had 3 or 4 order never arrived on DoorDash. I think Uber Eats is just by far a better food delivery platform to work on than DoorDash. Kenzo19 says, bro, what's your strategy to make $400 a day with food delivery? And my guy James Chick responded, he said, you can't. It's called luck and a good or nice market. I just want one thing to be taken away from this question. It's not all luck. You have to have the knowledge to put yourself in position to get lucky. You have to be able to know when it's time to be extremely picky to find those good orders versus when you need to just take that $8 order. It's not luck. If it was luck, I wouldn't be posting videos of me making $300-$400 damn near every time. I make $300 every day in my market. How is that luck? JFH, blah, blah, blah. What kind of name is that, bro? You be making real good money in your market in Cleveland. Can't wait for the busy season to begin. What were your strategies you do during the slow season? Like, did you work specific hours or just switch different zones? Excellent question, J-Man. So in the slow periods, I'm not as selective without being thirsty. I want to make it clear. Obviously, the ideal order is double-digit dollars going like 2 or 3 miles, 1 mile. The less, the better. But during slow periods, you can't just bank on that happening. So my strategy for the slower times revolve more around doing other orders that are less ideal. Do I like doing shopping orders? No. But during slow times, if the cash flow makes sense, then I'll take it. Do I like driving 12 miles for a $20 order? No, not necessarily. But if it makes sense, if it's going to take me to another area where I can get another order, then I'll take those. During the busy times, I'm a lot less likely to take those orders. I'm more likely to wait for that double-digit offer that has lower miles. Or if it's going far, then it's paying at least 25 plus. So during the slow times, I'm not as selective. I'm definitely more willing to move around from spot to spot as long as the cash flow makes sense. I'm more willing to spend the time to do a shopping order during slow times. It's just changing my mindset on what type of order I'm looking for when it's slow. Momac06 asks, say bro, what's your hours a day just to make that goal to $200 or $300 a day? So $300 a day is the goal here. So I believe you're alluding to that. But my typical schedule is I'll turn my apps on around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go to about 2 o'clock p.m. Then I take a break from 2 to about 4:30, turn the apps back on at 4:30, and I'll go from 4:30 to 10:30. Luckily for me, I live in an area that's pretty close to a pretty decent hotspot here in my metro. So I always get an order from home. And once I get an order from home, then I kind of go about my day. But 8 to 2, 4 to 10, let's just call it like that. MJ0 Bytes says, great video. What do you consider to be good cash flow? On a side note, you inspired me to return to my cherry picking ways and ditch the DoorDash tiers. It has been so beneficial mentally and monetarily. Thank you for putting these videos out and giving me the confidence that the tiers really aren't needed in a lot of markets, smaller market for me. Thank you, MJ0 Bytes, for the comment. Yeah, I felt the same way once I stopped having a high acceptance rate and went back to cherry picking. You just stop dealing with the type of customers that you know you wouldn't want to deal with by choice. Everything feels like it's your choice. And it's just so much better mentally when you're able to work like that. But what do I consider to be good cash flow? I consider it good cash flow if it's going to average me $25 an hour. So if I look at an order, it's paying $12.50, and I predict that this order is going to take me 30 minutes or less to complete, then I consider it good cash flow. If it doesn't equate to that $25 an hour, if it's paying $10 and I think it's going to take me 40 minutes, it's not good cash flow. That's not going to average out to $25 an hour. JP get that dope. Asks, hey yo, what that leaderboard app is? I use Solo. When I would check the Solo app first thing in the morning and see that I was making below the city average on the gig apps. Solo is an app that I use every day to help improve my gig work. Want legislation? Well, Solo's got your back with its smart scheduling and pay guarantee. All you have to do is download the Solo app using my link in the description to get a 7-day free trial and a $10 subscription bonus. And as long as you schedule your shift through the smart scheduler, Solo will guarantee a minimum pay. But that's not all. Solo automatically tracks your miles, so there's no need to toggle it on and off. It does this automatically. All you have to do is link your accounts and bam, mileage tracked, along with organizing all your earnings, giving your hourly rates, mileage, and access to my favorite feature, insights and leaderboards. In this lonely world of gig work, it's so hard to tell if you're the only one that's doing good or bad. And let's be honest, most people cap when talking about earnings. Well, Solo gives you that transparency in your market so you know exactly what it looks like out there, so you can have the best mindset and game plan when going out. And oh yeah, you can even do your taxes straight through Solo. Come again and say, what? Solo is a product that I use every day and stand behind 100%. If you want to upgrade your gig game and get valuable insights, download the app and sign up by using the link in the description. Thank you, Solo, for the sponsor. Your boy get a little something with that too. So go ahead, check that out. Click that link, man. Jacob Duval asks, bro, where the spots at? I dash all around Cleveland daily, mainly in Euclid. Well, number one, your first mistake is you're dashing in Euclid. Euclid is garbage. Horrible city. Nothing but fast food restaurants. Nope. Get on up out of Euclid, man. If you're in Euclid, that means you're close to the Bedford-Garfield zone. You're close to the Cleveland Heights zone. You're close to the downtown zone. All of those zones are much better than the Euclid zone. If you're like a platinum dasher, you use the high priority, I'd recommend Cleveland Heights. If you dash with a low acceptance rate, then literally anywhere but Euclid. And if you do Euclid, you can still make money. If you go up to like Wycliffe, if you go to Eastlake, those areas are much better than Euclid. Euclid has a lot of demand, but the orders suck. So get the hell up out of Euclid, bruh. Anywhere else on the east side other than Euclid will do you much better. Ed Cookie 19 Bernal says, new subscriber, bro. Enjoy the content. I appreciate you, my brother. Welcome to the channel. Got a quick question. Did the new pilot program come to your area yet? And if it did, would you even care about your AR or multi-app the way? Okay, good question here. So yes, the tier market, the Dasher rewards is in my market. And in my market, I've come to the conclusion that it does not matter. AR, you don't need to have a high acceptance rate to be able to get on the schedule here. You don't have to have a high acceptance rate to even get catering orders here. You don't have to have a high acceptance rate to get good orders. So I think multi-apping and cherry picking is the way. I do believe if you are new that there are benefits of being a platinum dasher, a priority dasher, and not necessarily because you're going to get paid more, but because it just kind of forces you into different areas of the map, into different restaurants. It forces you to, it gives you information. You're going to learn more about your market because you're just going everywhere. So there is a benefit to platinum dasher, I feel, for new drivers. It's not necessarily relates to your finances. It relates to your market knowledge. You can learn a lot about your market going through all the bullshit that you're going to go through with having a high acceptance rate. MJ Zero Bytes asks, when you accept the DoorDash order after already picking up the Uber Eats order, have you previously pressed confirm on the Uber Eats order to pick up? And just don't worry about it because you're headed in the same direction. Good question. In general, rule of thumb, I typically will take the Uber Eats order first just because of the whole tip baiting situation that can occur. But in general, if I'm dirty stacking, they are headed in the same direction. So it doesn't necessarily matter whether I confirm the order or not. And some restaurants, you just never know when they're going to make you confirm at the restaurant. So I just try to steer clear of having a situation where I feel like I have to not confirm the order to not get a bad rating or something. So generally I don't worry about it, but I do make sure I try to deliver the Uber Eats order first. If I take a DoorDash order first, then it just made way too much sense to take the DoorDash order first before the Uber Eats. Hope that answers your question. JDub614, shout out to Columbus. Great video. Do you rely on DoorDash allowing you to switch zones, or do you end dash and just hope that the zone is red so you can dash now? Excellent question. So J-Dubs, it kind of depends on the order flow, how quickly orders are hitting my phone. If I feel like the order flow is crazy high, then I don't care. I'm ending the dash, starting a new dash, no problem. I don't really wait for the DoorDash feature of do you want to switch zones to pop up. I don't necessarily wait for that. I don't really care about it. There is a particular instance where I do pay attention to that, and that's if I have an order that takes me from a busy zone to a less busy zone. And if that notification pops up on my phone when I land in that lesser busy zone, then I will go ahead and switch it. I'll look for it when I get dropped in a less busy zone. And I mean like significantly less busy, not like it's just kind of less busy. No, it's like you get dropped off in the countryside zone and it say, hey, it's busy in here. You want to switch? I'll be like, you know what? Let's see. Hope that answered your question. Captain J-Rod says, so you get a lot of your money from Uber Eats and shopping orders. I'm in a smaller town that only DoorDash is fast food. Although I have dashed in major cities and made more with DoorDash, but I would like to maximize profit while I'm out. What is your strategies, bro? A smaller market with fast food delivery might not be the best option for you. Fast food's only really going to produce 5, 6, 7, 8. A $10 order with fast food is kind of a unicorn. So food delivery, isn't going to be the move, especially if you only have fast food restaurants in your market. I do see other content creators having success in smaller markets, work in the grocery apps like Instacart and Walmart Spark and Amazon Flex. All of those apps, I think if I was in a smaller market, I would definitely be niching towards those type of apps where the shopping happens, and just using the food delivery apps as filler for that in between time. You know, take them little $5 1 mile orders. But even if you're in a small town, more than likely, like, it's the only Chipotle in town, so even the Chipotle orders are probably taking you a pretty decent amount of miles. But yeah, I would definitely pivot to the grocery apps, because from what I've seen, that's what works in the smaller markets. The regime of change says, how much do you turn on and off your car? I usually leave it running, driving in circles, picking up, dropping off, etc., unless it's a huge Instacart. I do try to avoid having to turn my car on and off all the time. So if I know it's a quick pickup or something, then I'll leave the car running. If it's a good pickup in a good area, then I'll leave the car running. I don't like turn my car off to go drop off an order or anything like that. But yeah, I'll leave it running at a quick pickup. If I pull up and it's like a barbecue spot or something, I'm about to turn the car off. If I pull up and it's a bad neighborhood, I'm turning the car off. But if I pull up in an area that's nice and I know it's gonna be quick, I could park close to where I can still see my vehicle, then I'm gonna leave my car running. Middleman Theory says, we're basically living on your videos these days. I listen to them while I drive to tap into that hustle energy. By the way, what's your Uber Eats acceptance rate? My Uber Eats acceptance rate is, let's see. It's 0% right now. It's typically not that low. It typically is in the single digits though, Uber Eats. But yeah, Uber Eats and DoorDash, both the acceptance rates are going to be pretty low, in the single digits. If it's in the teens, man, we're having a good day. Lots of good orders are coming to the phone. But that's not the norm. Soul.5875 asks, hey, how do you record your videos? Chest mount, necklace mount? I want to get a chest mount, but don't want to be so obviously recording. Might creep people out, I don't know, while doing deliveries. Definitely understand that. So I use 4 different cameras. The main camera, the one that most of my footage comes from and most of my audio comes from, is from my Ray-Ban Stories. Those are glasses that kind of act as a body cam, but they're not so obvious that I'm recording. I like using the Ray-Ban Stories because I feel like it allows me to get a genuine interaction with the merchant, get a genuine interaction with the customer when I drop it off. And then I strip a lot of the audio from the Ray-Ban Stories. I do find it to be a pretty decent microphone. I also have my DASHCAM. I don't strip any audio from the DASHCAM unless I just want it to sound like raw footage, because it's not that great. But the DASHCAM is obviously how I get my videos from the road. Then I use my iPhone. I use the iPhone for just collecting random shots of whatever I want to get, whatever I want to zoom in. I just want to get a higher quality video of just a little shot that I see. And I use the GoPro for when I talk to you guys in the middle of the ride-alongs. And I also use it for this audio too. The GoPro audio is not that bad. Hope that answers the question. Desmond Brooks 7165 asks, Ace, where you get them bags? Man, I get them bags from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. I gotta stop procrastinating, and I gotta get my affiliate link set up with Amazon. But in this, I'll put the link for my hot bags. I'll give y'all the link for my HANDCART. What else y'all need? The link for the Ray-Ban Stories if you want to start recording some content. And what else I use? I use the totes for the grocery orders. I like using a half-size tote. It gives me more flexibility. I can put it on top of my HANDCART. I can stack and do stuff like that. And I don't know if y'all have anything else that y'all need to know, like what I used, and let me know in the comment section below. But that's all I can think of at the top of the dome. Juan Spencer 1125 asks, You use 2 phones, bro? Now, for most of my time doing gig work, I only use 1 phone. But I got this second phone for streaming. But I have found that this second phone has came in super duper clutch for deliver that. And there's other apps like Zifty, I believe Instacart too, where having the app open on a device and being able to snatch up an order ASAP is really beneficial. So if you're a full-time gig worker, I would recommend getting a second device and having some of those apps that kind of require you to be paying attention to the app interface running on the second device while running like DoorDash and Uber Eats and maybe Grubhub on your other one. But yeah, I use 2 phones, and I definitely find 2 phones beneficial. And if anything, having that second device to just watch YouTube videos or a movie or the game or something on while you're using the other phone to do your gigging or talking on the phone. My wifey like to call me while I'm working, and it's really annoying to try to talk to her on the phone that all of my app notifications are coming off phone. But when I got that other phone, I could listen to what she got to say while I'm working, and the chime of the app isn't interrupting the whole conversation and giving me a headache. So yeah, I use 2 phones. But that's it for this video, man. If you got any other questions that you need answered, go ahead, drop them in the comment section down below. And if I get enough comments asking enough questions that I want to answer, man, we'll do a part 2. But I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.